Hello learners, I'm Teacher Brian at your service. At the end of the lesson, you will be able to distinguish and classify the characteristics of vertebrates and invertebrate animals. Different animals share our planet with us. Many are alike and many are different. Scientists classify based on characteristics, their similarities and dissimilarities. As you go through this lesson, you should be able to describe the characteristics of vertebrates and invertebrates and practice ways of caring and protecting animals. As we go on with the topic, please try to scan the following questions so that you will have an idea what this lesson is all about. First, what is invertebrates? What is a vertebrate? What are the distinguishing characteristics of a vertebrate and invertebrates? How do we classify them? And last, give some examples of vertebrates and invertebrates. Let's find out the distinguishing characteristics of vertebrates and invertebrates. Vertebrates. Animals that have backbones are called vertebrates. Most of the vertebrates have an advanced nervous system that makes them smarter. The other characteristics of vertebrates include a bilateral symmetry, body segmentation, complete digestive system, closed blood system, bony or cartilaginous endoskeleton, tail, and ventral heart. The vertebrates are classified into 5 classes, namely mammals, birds, fish, reptiles, and amphibians. One of the classification of vertebrates is mammals. Mammals do not lay eggs. They give birth to their young. They feed their young with milk produced by the mammary glands. Examples of mammals found in our community are dogs, cats, carabaos, cows, goats, and pigs. Second classification of vertebrates are birds. Birds are covered by feathers. They lay eggs. Birds possess 1 pair of legs and 1 pair of wings. Example of birds are hens, hawk, and owls. General characteristics of the birds are as follows. First, the body of the birds are covered with feathers. Second, birds have horny beaks and scaly feet. Third, birds are endothermic vertebrates. They are oviparous, which means they lay eggs to develop their young ones. Birds are the species in the animal kingdom that walk on 2 legs. And last, like humans, birds have 4-chambered hearts. Another classification of vertebrates are fish. Fish are covered with scales. Some are egg layers. Others are life bearers. They spend all their lives in water. Fish have gills which are used for breathing. Another classification of vertebrates are reptiles. Reptiles have bodies that are covered with scales or plates. They lay their eggs on land. They can live on land and on water. Crocodiles and turtles are some examples of reptiles. The last classification of vertebrates are amphibians. They live on land and in water. They have webbed feet. They breathe through their lungs and gills. They are cold-blooded animals. They have moist, smooth skin, no hair or fur. They have 4 legs, sometimes none, and also lay many eggs. Invertebrates. Invertebrates are animals that don't have a backbone. The vertebral column is another name for the backbone. Over 90% of all species on Earth are invertebrates. And invertebrate species have been found in the fossil record as far back as 600 million years ago. Molecular biology studies suggest that all invertebrates evolved from a single invertebrate group. Characteristics of invertebrates. In addition to not having a backbone, invertebrates have soft bodies because they don't have an internal skeleton in the skeleton for support. Instead, many have structures on the outside exoskeleton that provide support and protection. In addition, invertebrates are cold-blooded, meaning they can't regulate their body temperature, so it changes depending on the environment. There are types of invertebrates. First, protozoans, single-celled organisms such as amoebas and paramecia. Annelids, earthworms, leeches. Echinoderms, starfish, sea urchins, sea cucumbers. Mollusks, snails, octopus, squid, clams. For arthropods, insects, and spiders. Crustaceans like crabs, lobsters, crayfish, shrimps, prawns, and krill. Protozoa. The protozoa are one-celled animals and the smallest of all animals. Most of them can only be seen under a microscope. Annelids. The annelids are also called ringed worms, and they are segmented worms. Mollusks. Mollusks comprise a group of soft-bodied animals that includes snails, clams, and sea slugs. The most common characteristic of most mollusks is their shell. Echinoderms. Starfish belong to a group of animals called echinoderms. This means spiny skin. Crustaceans. Crustaceans have a hard, external shell which protects their body. Crustaceans have a head and abdomen. Arachnids. All arachnids have 8 legs. The word arachnids means spider in Greek. Insects. Insects have an exoskeleton, a 3-part body, 3 pairs of jointed legs, compound eyes, and 2 antennae. Now that you have learned the distinguishing characteristics of vertebrate and invertebrate animals, let us investigate their bones and body structures. To do this task, we need the following species: milkfish, classified as fish for vertebrates, and octopus, classified as mollusks for invertebrates. We also need a knife and chopping board. But before doing so, please be reminded for the following safety precaution while doing laboratory works. First, always cut away from yourself. Use the right knife for the job. Cut on a stable cutting board. Never grab a falling knife. Keep your eyes on the blade. Carry the knife pointed down on the scabbard. Do not use knife as a tool toy for playing to avoid accident. Let us begin and find out the difference between the two. First, put the milkfish and octopus on the top of chopping board. Number 2, split down the dorsal side of the fish. Turn knife flat and cut from the tail to the head by running edge of the knife along the backbone, and let us find out the bone structure inside its body. And now, this is how it looks like. From its skull extending to its tail, that is what we call a backbone. From its backbone, you will also notice that the ribs and fins are attached on it. Fish can survive without their skeleton because the skeleton helps support and protect the soft parts of the fish body, such as organs and muscles. And now, it's time to investigate the body structures of the octopus. First, slice the body of the octopus horizontally. Compare its structural parts to milkfish. Are they the same? What are the characteristics of the fish that the octopus do not have? And last, have you seen spine from the octopus? Unlike the milkfish, the octopus has no skeletal structure. It is soft-bodied but does possess a skull, which protects its brain. And that is the difference between the invertebrate and vertebrate animals.